Welcome back to another episode of Southern Hang. We've got 4 Kentucky dudes that met in college, and we've been doing a little podcast here for a little bit over a year. We've talked about anything that tickles our fancy, and we've done pretty well with this thing. We get a lot of family and friends that are listening, but we're also pulling in listeners from all over the globe. Craig, what kind of places are we getting people in from?
Let me give you a little quick rundown here. And this is going in most popular listeners, but Singapore, Germany, Hong Kong, United Kingdom, Spain, Sweden, Mexico, Finland, Australia, Lithuania, Canada, India, Japan, Philippines, Italy, Brazil, Ireland, Romania, Norway, France, Russian Federation, Portugal, Guam, Bahamas, Bangladesh, and Curacao. Or Curacao.
And we are loved in Belgium.
Mm-hmm. I think all those are real countries.
Singapore.
I think they are too.
Singapore loves us. We are huge in Singapore.
So we're bigger here than just Kentucky, right? And I started thinking to myself, what's one thing that the world truly embraces, right? And it's really, from my viewpoint, soccer. It's the most popular game worldwide. And I thought to myself, how do we try to merge the two together? How do we take this global presence that as we're trying to take over the world, how do we merge the two and take in the globe as well as a little bit of a local flavor? Mm-hmm. And guys, I got to tell you what, I am excited. We've got a special treat tonight, not just for us, but also for our listeners. We've got, I'm gonna go on so far as a limb, maybe even to call you a local legend. We still got more to get done here, but here's what we got cooking. We've got a University of Louisville soccer player. So what we're looking at is midfielder, currently a sophomore, hometown born and bred here in the great Louisville, Kentucky. So she's played at Assumption High School and club for Racing Louisville. For Assumption, she was a 2-time first-team All-State honoree and a 2-time Region 7 Player of the Year.
Damn.
She guided Assumption to the region championship during the 2022 season. She scored 56 goals and 53 assists during her career at Assumption.
Holy moly.
She was also named to the All-District team and All-Tournament team back in 2022. She's practiced with the Racing Louisville Pro team and was added to the roster as a sub player when they went down to Colombia, South America in 2024 for the women's club, Colombia. She also, sorry, let me catch my breath. Whew, this is a lot of stuff.
It's a lot of list.
It is. It's a big list. It's a strong list. She also plays for the USL Racing Louisville W League, pre-professional women's soccer league. In 2024, she played in all 18 games, made 15 starts in her first collegiate season, tallied 8 shots over 1,358 minutes played. She led all freshmen on the team in minutes, tallied a season best 6 shots and 2 shots on goal against Boston College, earned her first career start against Northern Kentucky back in August the 25th, and made her collegiate debut against Bellarmine. Coming into this year, she played in all games as a starter, second highest minutes on the entire roster, coming in at 1,670. She's got 18 shots, 4 goals, 2 assists, and 2 backflips.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop there, guys. I tell you what, outside of soccer, she's kind of a big deal too. She's heavily involved in the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. She's an FCA leader doing character coaching, and she's part of a serve team, which is a leadership group, gets to dive deeper into the Bible and prayer. And then it goes even further. This list it's a laundry list. Right. In 2024, she was the state champ of taco, cat, goat cheese pizza. And in her spare time, she makes a mean vodka pasta. Gentlemen, Southern Hang listeners, welcome to the show. Number 24 in the program, number 1 in our hearts, A.G. Gibson.
Goalie, 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 goal.
Welcome to the show.
That is definitely the most impressive bio that we've had read.
Holy moly.
Start. Nice.
Yeah. I hope you don't have all that tattooed on your body somewhere, all those stacks. That'd like you take up a whole leg.
Question for later.
Yeah. Jeez Louise. Yeah, that was impressive.
Well, I tell you what, it's exciting, and normally we go about 45 or 50 minutes, so we've got about 2 minutes left to actually have a show after reading all the accolades. So where do we want to start? So we want to start with Taco Cat Goat Cheese Pizza.
That's where I'm going.
Oh, yeah.
I was trying to figure that one out. I don't even begin. Just educate me.
So as you can tell by her resume, she's somewhat of a competitive person. I also am a bit of a competitive person. I fancy myself pretty good at almost anything. And the first time we sat down to play, she put it on me.
State champ, baby.
State. That is great. So, where do we find you right now, AG? What you on campus? You in the dorm?
Yeah, so I lived on campus my freshman year, and the women's soccer team has a lot of sports have a lease through the dorms over there, and it's more of like an apartment rather than a dorm.
Oh,
We
cool.
don't really do the traditional dorm, so I had my own room and my own bathroom, but the lease got cut short, so we had to figure out housing, and we got screwed for a while. So we're on a house right off of campus, but it's actually closer to the facility than all of the on-campus housing, so it's been really nice.
Killer. And
You
then
live with a couple of your teammates?
Yeah, I live with 3 other teammates.
killer. And then
So-
what part of the season, or what are we doing right now? Is it like off season? Are we training? Are you at 4 a.m. doing rocky runs? Getting your training in, or what's going on in your day to day that's soccer related?
Yeah,
Football.
so when we come back in January, probably middle of January, early middle, and it's really just running and player development. So they do a lot of running, lifting, individual player meetings, individual player sessions, positional sessions, and then that's an 8-hour period. So it's 8 hours that you're allowed to be on the ball. So you can be in the weight room, but once you're on the ball, you have 8 hours for that whole week. So then after February-ish, the middle of February, maybe the beginning of February, you transition to 20 hours. So now that's the period that we're in where we're going 5 days a week, and it's still running and lifting. But since we have some spring games coming up, it's more game focused. So on Saturdays, if we don't have a game that weekend, so we didn't have a game yesterday, so we acted like it was a game and just basically played 11v11 for 60 minutes to get our bodies ready for when we play Alabama next weekend.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bama.
Yeah. And so you all have a new coach, right?
Yes.
So Coach Ferguson Days took a step back. He's got a different role with the program. Is that right?
Yes. So she was here for 25 years. I was super lucky and grateful to be under her as a player because not only was she a great coach, but she focused on my position. Like my position was kind of her, just her professional part. Like she had the best influence on us. So that was
And that's
the
a
hardest
midfielder?
part.
You're a midfielder?
Yeah. Yeah. And so she played midfield. So she just enjoyed coaching us the best position wise. So then we were lucky enough. She said she wasn't going to leave us unless she knew we were in good hands because we've built that kind of trust with her and she's done a great job with the program to build that kind of trust. So we got our associate head coach as our new head coach, which was a shift obviously because we're missing Coach Ferguson Day's presence, but Hunter has stepped up and has done incredible already.
Awesome.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. So spring games. So you're doing a lot of workouts behind the scenes, but the spring games, you guys also get some of the transfers, mid-season transfers or mid-year transfer, I guess. So how does that work out for you guys trying to develop that team chemistry with, I hate to say newbies, but some of the new additions to the team?
Right. So it is a little bit hard because obviously you have a great foundation from last season, but then we lost 8 or 9 seniors. So there's a huge gap to fill in. So really our focus isn't even on the newbies right now. It's more on the people who played last season and who's going to fill those roles and who new players who have to step into those roles. So right now it's more of the entire team figuring out what your role is, because one of the biggest things that we preach is know your role, do your job. So everyone's kind of trying to figure out where they fit in right now. So it's more about just getting to know them off the field. That's what we've been preaching as well, is getting to know everybody. because what kind of team are you if you can't tell me someone's middle name or how many siblings they have or where they're from? And that's something we preach a lot. So it's more off the field work right now for us than on the field.
It's killer. And how's
awesome.
this? I know last year y'all had a really strong team. So coming off last year's team, do we think we're going to be, the incoming people going to be able to fill those roles? Obviously, losing that many seniors is going to be tough, but strength of team coming in this year, feeling good about it.
Definitely, it's completely different. I will say, it's a huge role to put on all of our shoulders, the returners, because last year was so fun and so good. But I think we have our mindset looking. This is just going to be a new team and a new adventure. We have had 2 games and they've been okay showings. I think we're just working on chemistry right now because there's so many good players. It's just learning to fit those pieces in together. So I think we will be good. We're just very young, so it's going to be hard when we get to ACC play, because for the youngins who haven't been in the ACC, it is a slap in the face for the first time. So it's a good thing in spring we're playing some SECs.
When you get in to ACC play, what is it about the league? Is it like the speed of the girls, the strength, just quality of play, all of the above?
I mean, it really is all of it, because the ACC for women's soccer is the best conference in the country. SEC might try and compete, but the way soccer is played, ACC plays a completely different game than the SEC plays. Like, they play football and we play, and I don't mean football. I mean, they play football and we play soccer. Like, it is completely small passes, the moves we learned when we were 5, like, which you don't see a lot, that people pull out these moves, but the soccer from ACC to SEC is just so different. It's so fun to watch ACC soccer because everyone is so good. And then SEC is a lot of kick and run, which is good because they're big girls who can push you off the ball and hold you off the ball. So that's why it's a lot, because you have to be at the speed of play or else you're going to get played past every single time.
Is that like coincidence, or is that like coaches kind of like how does 2 leagues end up with such vastly different styles?
In my mind, it kind of makes sense. Like, SEC kind of makes sense to be this like soccer, like that's just what I think of when I think of SEC, even not soccer. It's just ACC I would describe as finesse. SEC I would describe as aggressive.
Interesting.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
And how far out are we? I know you just said that you're prepping for preseason Alabama. So how far out's that put before the regular season starts?
So we start regular games the beginning of August.
Oh.
Yeah, so the Alabama game is just a spring game. So we play 5 spring games to stay in shape. So we played Bellarmine, University of Southern Indiana. We play Alabama this weekend. Then we play Xavier, and then we play Tennessee.
Gonna get them Xaviers. Yep. Gonna take them down, Sherm.
Take it easy on them, AJ.
Take them down.
Take it easy on them.
Xavier
Take
alone.
it easy on them.
He might have an X on the back of his hat there.
We gotta throw it up every once in a while. That's my undergrad.
Hey, and so is Alabama at home, or is that away, or is
We're actually meeting in the middle. That's what they do for spring games, just because it's
easier on travel and whatnot?
off-season, and it doesn't make sense to travel that far for both teams.
Where's the middle of Alabama and Louisville?
We're going to
Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Murfreesboro.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
That's it.
Little known nugget, Murfreesboro,
East
like
Tennessee,
the locals.
East Tennessee State.
Is it?
Well, the fried
yeah.
chicken. There's a Dodge's gas station that has like the best fried chicken around.
Oh yeah.
I'll ask our bus driver if we can stop.
Oh, Red will show him where it is.
Yeah.
They'd be like, come on.
I'll give them an escort.
All right, perfect.
Is that
Middle-
just self-proclaimed like best chicken? Just says it on the sign, so therefore it's true. Is that
Well,
what the whole is?
it's a good question, Sherm. So 20 years ago or so, I lived down in Nashville, and like that was the whole thing. Like it was and I say Dodge's. That might not even be the right name of the gas station, but it was definitely a gas station in Murfreesboro. Beats me.
Dodges
Beats
in
me.
your heart.
That's right. That's right.
Well,
So let's go ahead.
no, I was just you were talking speed of the game. So how much of and your credentials that read throughout early. You were playing at a high level in high school and club ball and all that. But was that even a bigger eye opening when you stepped on the field playing for Louisville versus some of the club teams you've been playing for? And even though they were high level club, was that a different speed of game going to play in the ACC in Louisville?
So in high school, yes, like I would say that was completely different, because you just like with some teams you get girls who have never played soccer who come out on the field to play,
Right.
and then there's a few high level teams, but then again you have a few players on every team that don't play club or don't aspire to play college, and it's just kind of something to fill their time. And then for club, since I played for ECNL, which is like the best club league in the country for young girls, that was pretty similar to college, honestly, because a lot of the girls we played against I've seen at different colleges around the country, like when we play them, and I get to follow them on social media and see what they're doing. But the thing that helped me the most, honestly, was when I was rostered for Racing. We traveled to Colombia, and yes, I didn't play, but every single time I got to train with Racing, I got shoved off the ball. I was basically a guinea pig. Like when you go and train with them, they do these huge drills, and it's like 4v11, and the training practice girls are the 4. So you're running in circles for 30 minutes, and it's like, I'm just happy to be here because right now, like, I'm best shape of my life over there at Racing because all we're doing is running. So that was probably the best because it taught me when I'm out of position what to do, hard work, like just being grateful for the opportunity to even be on the field, on their practice field. Like, so that's probably what got me most mentally ready for ACC play, because you really can't do anything about it until you're in it or you've had a similar experience.
That's awesome. So how's that opportunity happen? Like when you take that phone call to go participate in that? Is that how that happen?
So our academy at Racing and Lou City, I want to say, I have not seen a lot of other clubs, but the things that they do for the academy is unmatched. And I can say that confidently without knowing other clubs because they strive for their players' success. I got to practice with Racing. I used to leave school in high school. My senior year, I skipped a lot of days because I would go to practice with Racing in the morning, then go to my last 2 periods at school because they just asked me 2 or 3 times a week to go and train with them. And that's not an opportunity you can pass up if you want to play at the high level that I do now and I want to keep playing at. And it was just one of those things where I got the call at 7 or 8 at night on a Sunday, and they said, which I didn't have this guy's number. It was the director of the club, and he said, "Is this AG?" And I said, "Yes." "Hey, who is this?" And he said, it's Guillermo and Tim here. We just got off the phone with Bev, the women's head coach, and said she put your name out there and said she wants you to go to Colombia with them. I was like, "What? What are we talking about?" I'm like, "I have school tomorrow. What are you talking about?" And they said, because I actually was going on a mission trip for a week as a senior. It was called Retreat. And they said, "How important is this retreat you're going on?" I was like, "How do you know? How do you know about this retreat?" And so I got off the phone. I called someone I consider my big sister and said, "I need you to get this faculty member's number," because she used to work at my high school. And so I texted this faculty member and was like, "I can't go to retreat anymore." Mm-hmm. So I got out of it and I called. They told me I had like 30 minutes too. They were like, "You have to let us know in 30 minutes. So I said, "I have my passport. I can come." Flew out that night at 3 a.m. And it was just like I was there. That a bodyguard picked us up from the hotel and we stayed with the team for a week. It was awesome.
That's incredible.
It was top 5 moments of my life for sure.
That's awesome.
And just for some clarity here, like when you say you were skipping school, you weren't really skipping school, like with the school's permission to miss.
I was going to say, Red.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Red. I mean, the other guests that we have on, when they skip school, they only have 30 minutes to make a decision. Those are not 2 good things that normally go for the rest of the conversation.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
So I just want to say, just for congratulations.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Very cool.
Flew to Colombia, and then would you say you had military escort? You had
It was he was a retired
retired.
he was like the US women's national team bodyguard at one point, or
Hell
one of
yeah.
them, because Bogota, it's pretty dangerous, and we had to go through Bogota to go where we were staying at the hotel. So he met us right after customs,
Okay,
Wow.
and
It's like
Is
Denzel
that-
Washington and Man on Fire.
yeah,
got it.
the driving there was scary. I've never been at a scarier transportation than in Colombia.
Now, and then you all played the Colombian national team. Is that who you played, or who did y'all play? Or
We
who did-
were in some tournament, and so it was Gotham, who was also an NWSL team, and then two
Oh.
Colombian teams.
Yeah.
So it was Racing, Gotham, and then I don't remember the names of the other two. So it was a group stage, and then whoever had the most points at the end played. So it was us and Gotham who played, which I didn't see the field, but I don't care.
Oh no, that's an incredible,
That's experience.
incredible experience.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
still got a medal. So
Hell yeah!
Awesome.
And did
Yeah.
y'all win? Did y'all beat Gotham?
no, I think it was 3-1,
Okay.
but it was still a great game.
Oh.
So we got a second place medal, but it was
Yeah,
awesome.
incredible experience. Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, AG, can you help educate? So, like, I'm new to soccer, right? Like, still learning some of the rules. Like, you
Oh,
know,
here we go. Offside. We gotta teach. We gotta teach.
no,
we gotta teach.
I'm getting you know, corner kick, goalie kick. Like, I'm getting those down, right? I've got my little cheat book. But like for some of the people that are not educated on the sport, right, and say, hey, it's 1-0 or it's 2-0, like there's not a lot of activity, and you've talked
Right.
a lot about getting in shape, right, and the speed of the game. Don't you guys wear like don't you wear devices that you can track like how far you're actually running during a game?
Yeah, it's called a catapult, and we have this awesome guy on staff. His name's Nate, and he calls himself a nerd, but it's because like they track everything: our load, our meters per second, how like our passing. They track everything, and so we don't just wear it at the game. We wear it when we run. We wear it at practice because the way they schedule practices is so important for the fall when we're in season, because if you front load us, then we can deload, and then we can have our game, which is a lot of a load. So then when you go to a game, if you backload it, then we're going to be sore for the game. So it everything they track has a reason behind it. So they can track your top speed. So if you don't hit 90% of your top speed in the game, whether you don't play or whether you do play and you don't hit 90%, you have to do a top up, because if you don't hit 90% in 10 days, you get slower. So within that 10 days, you have to hit anywhere from 90 to 100 of your top speed, so that way you can continue to get faster or maintain your speed. So we do things like that all the time. That's just one example and the spring is loaded with things that make us faster, make us more explosive, make us stronger, and that's just one example of what those catapult vests do.
What's the shot that we could talk to Nate and you could get 4 50-year-old dudes to wear these things for a week, and then we could go and try to be
Just
like
during the
red
podcast.
made 20% for at least 3 days this week, and Sherman maxed out at 41% over the 4 50-year-olds.
Yeah, what if
we-
you haven't hit 90% in the last 10 years? I mean,
Well, 90% adjust down.
what's that
Hopefully it's
do?
prorated.
yeah,
Right.
there you go.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
Nate and I know nerds rule the world, so that's
And AG, can you tell your buddy Red? It's not 1-0. It's 1-0. Nobody says 0. It's 0. Yeah, let him.
No. Now's not the time, AG.
Pitch,
Let it out.
please.
Yeah.
Pitch, please. I know it's 1-0.
Oh, sweet.
So what kind of speeds are we? What are we topping out at? Or like, is it a competition on the team? Like, who's got the top speed? Is that a thing? Or
In my mind, it is.
well, so where are we? Where do we sit?
Well, while Emerson Jennings was on the team, I was second, but she graduated, so
She
Oh,
gone.
you
I'm
know
back.
where- You
I'm
know
back.
where I'm
Bye,
at.
EJ.
I'm back.
all right. Are we going to share this with the team to drive some like a little motivation
competition.
for
There
your?
you go.
I would love it. I would love it.
Yeah.
I want to race so bad.
That's awesome.
So talking about talking about some of that. So you've been heavily involved in sports, I think, growing up is what I understand, right? Dabbled a little bit of everything. When did you know soccer was your jam, and that's where you wanted to start focusing?
So actually, started in kindergarten, joined club in first grade, and I was always better at soccer than I was basketball, but I loved basketball. And then I got into performing arts like Nora Kate does, and I'm sure my mom would tell you this, but I went through this period. I don't know how long it was because I can't remember, but I said to my mom, I want to quit soccer and do performing arts and stay in musicals. And she said, "You're crazy. Absolutely not." And my parents have never,
Mom.
ever done that to me. They've always said, whatever you want to do, you do. We'll support you. But I thank my mom for that moment and my dad for saying, absolutely not. Like, you're too good at soccer. You need to stay in it right now. And you're just in this period. And it was my 8th grade year. I was choosing I think I maybe chose Assumption at this point. And my mom and we sat down and she said, okay, are you going to play soccer and basketball in high school? And I'm pretty sure I was like, no, I'm just going to pick soccer. And that was the moment I think that I was like, okay, soccer is it for me.
So a lot of kids, a lot of young girls out playing soccer. It's a very popular sport now, and but a lot of kids play club now. Mm-hmm. So at what point do you realize, oh, like I could play at the highest level here? I can play ACC soccer, and so at what point do you realize that you're going to play college soccer, and not just college soccer, but D1?
I'm gonna take that question. I think this is 2nd grade for her.
Nah.
I think she's on the club team in 1st grade. In 2nd grade, she's like, I'm in. I'm doing this.
Yeah, the greatest thing about my experience growing up is that I never lost the love for the sport. Like I would say, even through that period of wanting to do performing arts over soccer, it was more that I just enjoyed performing arts at the moment because I'd gotten like the lead role and I was like, okay, this is so awesome. It's just like a new shiny thing in front of me that I was thinking, okay, this might be better for me than soccer because you can't always be the best at anything. And at the time I was the best at this. I was the best at this musical because I had got the lead role. But I have been so lucky with coaches, teammates, just my parents. Again, like I give so much credit to them because they were never the parents on the sideline who were screaming at me, or when I got in the car were like, what happened at that game? You played terrible. They always supported how I felt, supported me as a player, supported my decisions. And I have been so lucky to never have lost love for my sport because of a coach or a bad experience. And I think that's why I had that belief in myself, because so many people believed in me, which I was so lucky to have, that I was like, okay, I told myself for a long time it's D1 or nothing. And I've always said since I was a young girl that I want to play pro soccer. And I never let that just feel like a dream. I've always told myself that I could do it. And I think that's super important, is self-talk and listening to yourself when you're saying good things. So I do think I've had a great experience and journey in my soccer career growing up.
Didn't know you couldn't, so you did. Awesome.
That's right. So we've had some musicians on the show, and we've talked about, maybe a place that they want, a venue, right? So maybe it's the Ryman or something like that. So as you've progressed, gone from grade school to high school to club, et cetera, so you just referenced professional soccer. Is there a goal? Is it a league? Is it Olympics? Or is it a venue? Like, is there something where you achieve it? And you never, I don't think as a competitive person, you can never say I've made it, right? But maybe right. you reach a goal and then you've got to reestablish a new goal. But is there something that what's on the horizon, or what are you chasing, I guess, should I say?
I do want to play for Racing. I really do. I enjoyed being a part of the team, and that only helped with my mentality of it's not just a dream, because I was gifted that opportunity to train and travel with them, and I just think it would be so cool because I'm already at home in Louisville, and to continue another step in my journey at home to where all the people who believe in supporting me are here. It would just be kind of like a well-rounded thing that everything is here, but I really don't have, other than that, it's more if a team around here bordering state recruits me, I'll go. I just want to play. I don't want it to be over in 2 years. And I just love it. Like, I will go anywhere close that my parents can come support me. So it really is them. I have them in the back of my head when I think about these decisions too.
That's cool. For women's soccer, and teach me here. Is it a requirement for NCAA? Do you have to stay 4 years? Or say somebody calls you next week and they want to, hey, we got a shot for you, sign you to go pro. Is that a thing you can leave Louisville, or is it it's 4 years and then you start making a decision, or
right.
then you're available to go to a pro team? How's that work?
So there's actually, I'm not insanely educated on that because we used to have a draft. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, was the last draft that women's soccer has had. And so it goes the same way as a basketball or a football draft. You put your name in, you get the call, and you accept you, whatever. But now I think it's more like you have to get an agent, and you could probably go pro from college because you can do everything online now. Like, if I wanted to go pro now, I could just finish my degree online and just be an all online student. So I assume if you get the right offer and you get the amount of money that you're looking for, everything aligns right, you could, because a few girls that we played in the ACC have gone right now. A freshman went, a sophomore, junior went. So I'm sure whatever the guidelines are, you can do it. So it's just if everything goes the way you need it to.
Or you could just win a championship with the Cards first.
So you referenced. Go ahead, Craig.
Well, mine was more for fun here, but I'm just curious. So the first time you scored a goal and then decided to do a backflip, did you already practice the backflip? Did you already have like backflip knowledge, or is that just like you just went for it and then all of a sudden you're like, well, hell, I can do a backflip?
That's the performative
like,
arts.
That's amazing. That was like the early goal that you had this past year. I don't remember what game that was. That was the first or second game of the year, and you got that goal and did that backflip. I thought that video was awesome. Watch that highlight. It was incredible.
So I was into tumbling when I was younger. Like, I liked trying all the flips I could. I got gifted a trampoline surprise for my 8th or 9th birthday, and I was on that thing all the time. And so one day I stood on the outside and just backflipped off of it and onto like a mattress or a flipping pad. And I was like, okay, I can do this on ground. So I learned and I practiced and got it on ground. And I was probably 11. So ever since I was 11, I could do a backflip. And I always said when coach recruited me, and coach is Coach Karen.
Okay.
But when coach recruited me, I said, if I score, I'm going to do a backflip. And she did like a mom thing and was like, no, you're not. I'll pull you over. And I was like, okay, pull me off. I already scored. So like, that's what I told her. And so if you watch any of the backflip videos, she's like this. It's awesome. Or she shakes her head and walks away because she knew it was coming. But yeah, I always knew I was going to do it. It was just, I didn't score my freshman year. So I was like, sophomore year, I'm going to do it.
Well, how young were you when you pulled off your first? Was that middle school, high school? When did you?
Yeah,
when did you
it
try?
Was when I got the trampoline. So
Yeah?
I just stood on the end and did it.
Oh, sweet.
How many broken bones did you get from that trampoline?
All right.
That's all right.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, AG, you talked a little bit about the pro process, and we talked about earlier tonight some of the mid-season or mid-year transfers with women's soccer. How has the transfer portal and the NIL scenario, has that become a big thing for you guys, or what does that dynamic feel like on the team?
So NIL, has not really affected us directly. Football NIL has because of the roster caps. It isn't really a thing anymore. The roster caps, you can kind of opt out. right now, I swear there's so many things that you can know some and you don't know all. Like the 28 roster cap affected us last year, but now it's not been spoken about at all. So NIL hasn't directly affected us, but the transfer portal 100%. It's just kind of one of those things. Like Coach and I were talking one day, and it was actually earlier this spring season before she had announced her retirement. Just how when you get recruited and commit as a freshman, in the last 5 years, the mindset used to be, I'm a freshman, I won't play. And even in my time of before coming here, people would ask me, do you think you're going to play? And I would just say, that's my hope. But I'm a freshman. I'm expected to work for it. I'm expected to make my impact on this team and do whatever the team needs me. But now the mindset is, if I don't play, I'm going to transfer and as a freshman. And it sort of, in my mind, ruins teams because you don't give the place a chance. And I understand there are different scenarios where you have issues with a coach or issues with the team, and you probably should transfer. But when it's that reason, I just can't get along with it because it loses the sense of hard work that you've done your entire life and you expect to play. But it feels so much better to work for a spot than be handed a spot, in my opinion. So
Hell yeah.
that's
Hell
why
yeah.
I think the transfer portal has affected this sport and quite frankly all sports.
Yes.
I agree. That was awesome. Well said. Kudos.
Absolutely.
So speak a little bit about your so if you're not kicking a black and white ball around and you're running and trying to keep 90%, what do you do to besides taco, cat, goat, cheese, pizza? Yeah. What's
Nice.
your off time? What are you doing on your hobbies that's not soccer related? What are you into?
My roommates and I enjoy watching a lot of TV, trashy TV.
Oh, yeah?
I will.
What's the current?
Define trashy.
What's
I mean,
the current?
This
what's the
this
current-
might be Neil's jam. Let's see
Yeah.
what are we dealing with.
You never know.
We do a lot of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, which is really
Oh, I've heard that one's
just
funny. Yeah.
brain rot.
Yeah.
Brain rot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Neil's favorite.
I've heard stories of this show.
Yep.
Aren't they
doesn't do any-
podcasters? I think
Yeah.
they're podcasters. I know this.
Yeah.
They are
What's
podcasters.
the theme song, Neil? What's the theme song? He knows it.
I got nothing, but I do know. How about this? I think that one of the chicks on that show was going to be the Bachelorette, right?
Yeah, they filmed the entire season and didn't air it.
Now they couldn't air it because she did some things that she probably
Yeah.
shouldn't have done.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh,
Bad.
buddy.
Secret lives. You never know.
You'll have to search it up after this. It'll pop up.
I only know that because I have young daughters.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
That also
we're in the trust tree here, Neil. We're not judging. We're not judging.
It's just us five. Nobody else is listening.
It's just us
all
five
good,
and
buddy.
our 100,000 listeners. Nobody, just us. It's just us.
No big deal.
The Singaporeans are tuning in to the whatever the name of that show was. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But the rest of my day, I like pickleball. My roommates and I enjoy pickleball a lot. Like Brian mentioned, my faith is number one to me. So spend a lot of time in the Bible and enjoy church and worship. So, I mean, if I had a dog, that would be the rest of my time, but that'll come soon, hopefully.
There you go. Well, man, you are a well-rounded person. That is fun to listen to. Well spoken.
Thank
too.
you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So let's talk real quick here about chemistry. So like I know when me, Sherm, Neil, and Craig get together, like all we talk about is the podcast, right? Like, hey, you were about to say this, I could see it in your eyes, kind of thing. Like trying to build our team chemistry. So when you guys are watching, what do we say? The Utah? What the Mormons? What's the show you watch?
Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. So are you guys just sitting around talking about plays and past games, like mentally trying to get on the same page, or do you leave that for practice? Like, can you disconnect, or is it just on all the time?
We definitely disconnect. I mean, the majority of us only really hang out with our team, so, but a lot of it isn't oh, you did good at practice today, or I mean, when we come straight home from practice, that's what it is. We debrief practice almost every day. But a lot of it is disconnect. We do make sure to have that time, but a lot of it also is filled with schoolwork because in college, a lot of your work is done outside the classroom. So when we're watching these shows, we're all sitting down doing our typed assignments or our written assignments. So a lot of the shows don't get the full attention, I will say, for my roommates. Me, it does, but yeah. So we definitely do have that disconnect. Like, we've just really been focusing on getting to know each other. But my roommates and I are so close that it really is just like hanging out with your best friends all the time.
Oh, that's cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, so outside of Nate running the statistician stuff, being that you are a D1 athlete, I imagine y'all have got people guiding you on all parts of your of your personal day. So do y'all have like a here's your strict it's grilled chicken, broccoli and rice, or are you allowed to like fire down on some pizza and a burrito every once in a while, or do you have to, is it strictly like, nope, sorry, during these hours of the season I have to be eating the right proteins and whatnot to keep my body fueled, or how's that work for you?
Yeah, so funny enough, we actually met one of the football nutritionists, and that's what it is for them.
Yeah.
Like, every single day their meals are planned for them. And obviously, like you said, they have their cheat meals or whatever you want to call it. But for us, no, you can eat whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
It's awesome.
Oh, good.
But in the fall, they do feed us every day. And so for breakfast, they have like bagels, waffles, but obviously you make it yourself. And then after practice, they'll cater food. So usually all of us eat that because before the season starts, they'll send out a form and you fill out, okay, from Jersey Mike's, I want this. From Tropical, I'll get this. And so Jing, our director of ops, Queen, by the way, the program runs because of her. She will just go on Tropical and put, AG wants this, Brian wants this, and then it's submit and it'll be there. So I guess in a way they do kind of control it, but other than that, no. It's just
did I hear Brian sneaking in on your meal plan?
sometimes.
So you know this if you listened. So we all met in college, right? We all went to U of L, and the campus looks pretty much like it did when we were there because it was just like 2 years ago, year and a half ago when we were down there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, about that.
Ish. So it's changed a lot, obviously. So what are when you have time to go out, like what are the kids doing these days around campus, or does anybody even go out around campus or do things around campus?
You're not going down to Masterson's. It's not there no more.
Right.
You're not going to the
Cardinal's Inn's
Cardinal
gone.
Inn's gone. Yeah.
You want to go off the record for this one?
Usually the retreat, there's a lot of parties there, and even if there aren't parties, people do bonfires, and I was actually there last night for a bonfire with 2 teammates. But yeah, there's a lot of parties there that people go to, and then apparently I say the wrong name, but Granny's.
Granville? The Granville
Yeah.
the Granville is one of the only bars still around down there when we were still on campus. So yeah. Okay.
It's cool.
AG, you talked a little bit, or you actually talked a couple times about kind of the mental health of things going on. You talked about one, getting to know your teammates and talking about that, downloading, getting away from that and kind of just being sophomores, being juniors, being college students. But the other part is you talked about talking positive to yourself. Mm-hmm. And being kind to yourself and kind of bringing yourself up. What is it like, obviously, with all of the things going on? Can you talk about any of the times where, and maybe it's not you specifically, you sound like you're, humble and very, you got a lot of positives going on, but there's got to be times where things get rough. Maybe you've seen it in somebody else or anything along those lines. What do you do to pull yourself out of that?
Yeah, so the hardest part for me is in game because I think I do a pretty good job off the field of establishing who I am, so people know I'm like what the real deal of me is. So when I get on the field, like sometimes an angry, rude person comes out. That's just because I see the potential in my teammate. So it can be a rude thing that comes out, but it's because I know you can do better than that. And obviously, not everybody's going to be on 100% when, like, what are the odds everybody's going to be 100% when you need them to be? So my biggest thing is I probably need to look a little bit within. Like, maybe I'm not playing good, or maybe what would I want to hear? So the first thing I do is think like, okay, I probably shouldn't have said that, but in game, it has to be kind of quick. I can't sit there and think, oh, did I hurt her feelings? You know, so it's one of those things where after the game, I'll be like, hey, I'm sorry if I yelled at you that way. I just know we need more out of you, and you can do better. And I didn't mean it the way I said it. Came from a place of love. So I honestly think that another thing that I struggled with this season, this spring, was I was injured for 2 months, I think it was. I had a lingering tendon injury in my foot, so I was out just resting. So something I struggled with coming back from that was confidence, and I have a really great relationship with the coaches, which is another blessing, because if you don't have a good relationship with your coaches, or if they don't provide a safe space for you, or show you a safe space, it's just not going to be a good environment. So I said to him, I am struggling with confidence, but I'm telling you that my effort will be there. So my biggest thing is just controlling the controllables, because just knowing that I've worked hard, I deserve to be here, I've earned this, and the confidence was a hard piece for me. And I got back right before spring break, so I just looked at spring break and was like, I mean, Brian saw it. I said every day I'm gonna get back into soccer shape, and whenever I was saying in shape, everyone was like, you're in shape. But there's in shape, and then there's in soccer shape. Like, we run so much that it's a completely different ball game. So I was like, okay, well, I'm almost there, but I shouldn't be getting out of breath after one sprint. So it's more of just controlling the controllables, knowing I deserve to be here, and then making sure everybody knows that I'm one-sided. I'm not this two-faced person. So I don't know if that answered your question. I kind of went off there, but
No, it's perfect. It's perfect. I appreciate it.
And Sherm, I see you looking at me. I mean, I get it a lot, but no, I am not in shape, nor am I in soccer shape. So, no
You're
worries.
podcasting shape.
I'm in podcasting shape. That's right.
let's go.
Well, AG, it sounds
You
like
make it look good, though, Brian.
I appreciate that, my man. It sounds like you've had a tremendous supporting cast, just from grade school to club to parents, coaches early on, even coaches today. So it sounds like that's pretty tremendous. But what I'm trying to get my head wrapped around, and we can cut this later if you don't want to talk about it. At what point did you become AG? Were you born? Doctor said, little Lion King. Everybody's like, and they said AG.
So actually, when I was born, I think it was my mom wanted to name me Anna. My dad wanted to name me Grace. Nurse was like, great idea, people. Let's call her Anna Grace. So there's my name, okay? And then kindergarten on the soccer field, AG, is somebody called me it. And I don't remember if it was my mom or my dad, but they said, what'd you just call her? And they said, you don't call her that? And they were like, no. And I loved it, and they kept doing it. So it got to the point where, I mean, I only go by AG now. My grandpa's the only one who really calls me Anna and Anna Grace. But it got to the point in high school where when I graduated, I asked my mom, she wanted Anna Grace on the diploma. So it said that. People said, that's your real name? I was like, yeah, you thought my name was AG. So it's just been my whole name. Like, even when my mom gets mad, it's AG, not Anna Grace. So it's really my name.
That probably doesn't happen often, though, right?
All right. Well, AG, we've probably taken up enough of your time here tonight. So we talked a little bit pre-episode. You've got a lot going on. School, soccer, your faith, et cetera, et cetera. And you may or may not know, but we like music. And Neil, well, I want to say Neil's kind of our guru. Like if you had a stat about a 1996 band and where that lead singer started, well, let me take a step back.
He's our Nate. He's our Nate.
He's our Nate.
That's it.
Oh, let's go.
Nerds rule the world, man. Let's go.
Are you familiar with Spoon, Wolf Parade, Splint?
Splint.
Just wait.
All right. In good time. So we've got
Plenty of time for you.
We've got a playlist. What are you listening to? What are you and the team listening to, or what's your go-to song if you wanted to add a song to our playlist?
Okay, so I've got two.
All right.
I listen to a lot of worship. Like that's what I listen to all the time. It gets me hyped. So my worship song is "The Lord Will Provide" by Passion. But my other song that I'm kind of in my country groove right now because when the sun comes out and it's 70, windows down, I gotta hear the beach country. But
Hell yeah.
my number one country is "Feathered Indian" by Tyler Childers.
There you go.
Yeah.
There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Good call. Good
Yeah,
call.
it's
Beautiful.
Neil, do you want to grade those responses or?
A++. Well done.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Neil doesn't have a summer I go on a boat and I'm happy playlist. It's got to be like super deep meaning from 100 years ago, and there's got to be an issue, and then I can't picture Neil on a boat just listening to happy music. So, but yeah.
It could be a rowboat. This guy was escaping someplace, and then it's that's how that would go down.
Good picks. And I'm gonna have to listen to your. What was the first one? Can you repeat the first song?
"The Lord Will Provide" by
Passion.
Passion.
That was awesome. I loved listening to you speak. This whole interview's been amazing. You
Thank you.
were such an intelligent person and well rounded. That was you're so fun to listen to talk.
I appreciate it.
Well, AG, thank you so much again for joining our podcast. It's been a treat. We'll come out and support the women's soccer team. We've got how many more spring games?
3 more. The Xavier one is at home, 7 o'clock,
Okay.
April 10th.
April 10th.
Hell yeah,
Mark it down.
I'm in.
All right.
Even Xavier
I'm
fans
in.
have to wear red. All right.
Awesome sauce.
Look out, ACC. They're coming for you.
That's right.
Coming strong.
That's right.
All right.
Goalie, 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 go.
Ole, 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 ole. All right.
All right.
Awesome.
And with that, we're out. Appreciate everybody's time.
Go Cards.
Thank you.
Awesome.